Hello, beautiful people. Debbie Dowisi Ajum here. Welcome to another episode of Life Law Podcast, your number one podcast that fills your ears with beautifully curated stories. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. I'm so sorry that I haven't been consistent. It's due to powers beyond my control. Honestly, I haven't been feeling well and so many other things that I'm sorry, but I can't mention here. It's good to be back. It feels great. And I promise that I'm going to keep being consistent henceforth. Hopefully, I don't fall sick to the point of not being able to record. But I hope you forgive me because I really need your forgiveness. I can't do this without you. Thank you so much for sticking by. I've had so many calls, so many messages. What's happening? No new episode. What's going on with you? Thank you all so much for checking up on me. For those who did, and for those who had me at heart, I still appreciate you. I'm back now. So let's get straight into the story. Oh, before we do that, please give us 5 stars if you know you haven't rated us. Thank you so much. So we're going to continue with our short story collection titled Veiling Taiwi. I have another story for you from the collection that I'm sure you're going to love. However, the story harbors a little bit of explicit words, so it will be most appropriate if you don't listen to this episode if you're close to a minor or with a minor next to you. And if you're not up to 18, please don't listen to this. Thank you so much. Don't forget, it's a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents are products of my imagination and are used fictitiously, so any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, business establishments, or events is entirely coincidental. The title of today's story is Fast and Furious. But I the signs of love which I'm meant to experience. Let's live in the moment, we got bonding moments. Just you and I, we cry, we laugh, we be stuck by each other, and then we dancing. I always thought my wife would die before me. Alas, how delusional I was. I don't hate my wife, but for some reason, I've always had this inkling, maybe even prayed for it, that she would be the first to say goodbye to this world. And with her demise, I could finally unleash the erotic beast inside me. Not that I haven't been exploring the world between slim, big, dark, or fair thighs, even while married though. But the relief and joy that comes with being carefree about it is all I crave. Yet my wife has refused to die. She's 45. And it looks like I'm going to die first. At 50. There are 3 men draped from head to toe in black here. One has a gun in his gloved hand, pointed at me. One is behind my car, with a thick rod in hand that catches the gleam of the moon whenever he taps it on his left open palm. I'm stealing glances at him through my rearview mirror. The other is directly in front, with a bat casually slung across his shoulders in the typical Fulani fashion. I'm a professor of physics at Donna University. I have heard a lot of people, mainly my students, in my quest for sexual satisfaction, wives, mothers, sisters, fiancés, friends, consciously and unconsciously. I don't know who sent these armed men to kill me, but I know for sure that they've not mistaken me for their man. They ambushed me on my way home from school. I leave campus late on the days when I have a sexcapade. I overheard my students use the word and I picked it up ever since. With a student whom I can't take to a hotel. Today's student was a beauty, Halima. Caramel latte skin, mesmerizing brown eyes, full lips, perky breasts, and a heavyweight but delightfully soft nyash. The first day she walked into my class, I knew I had to have her. It was only a matter of time. Then I found out she was married, but that didn't deter me. If she wanted to pass my course, she knew what she needed to do. Against my will, memories of the softness of her bum, her slippery, sumptuous grove, and sounds of pleasure that emitted from her after staying mute for the first few minutes until I touched her in the right spot, envelopes me like the thick duvet my wife covers herself with on nights when she doesn't want me to touch her. We ended up going 2 rounds. I bet her husband had never fucked her like I did. I feel my lips curving into a sly smile and my member engorging at that thought. But ultimately, my heart aches at the realization that my most precious body parts may never see the light at the end of the tunnel again. A twang on the roof of my car plummets me from my office of sin back to the lonely road, the starry night, and my unwanted guests. Amidst the echoes of the killer's gun which he had hit on the car to draw my attention, I hear liquid trickling down to the carpet beneath my feet. Then I feel a warm sensation growing from my right lap to the rest of my leg. I want to take a look at it, but my eyes are glued to the nozzle of the gun that the killer has pointed back at me. I want to feel this warmth, but my hands are raised, beside my head. The acidic smell of urine makes its way into my and the killer's nostrils simultaneously, and I almost retch at the shameful public display of my fear. The killer stays put, but announces to his friends that I had wet myself like a baby. "Him dick dey even rise," he adds jeeringly in a voice that sounds artificially deep. The others burst into fits of laughter that come out muffled because of the coverings on their heads. "What do you want from me?" My voice comes out as a whisper. I'm shaking all over, but emboldened by their mockery of my situation. "Who sent you?" If I'm going to draw my last breath, I need to know who holds the power of my life in their hands. The killer with the gun does not answer my questions, although I'm sure he heard me. Instead, he dips his free hand into his pocket and pulls out a cell phone. He dials a number, the gun still pointed at me. My arms now growing weary from being held up for too long. "Yes, madam, we have him," the killer says into the line. Madam. Now I know it's a woman who wants me dead. But who could it be? My mind briefly drifts back to all the women I've had rendezvous with in recent times. Halima? No, she enjoyed what we had. What are the odds that she'd plan my assassination on the same night as our affair? Natasha. Too timid to opt for revenge. Ayo? No, she has graduated already. Nkechi? I don't think she has the guts. Corkat? She can't afford to hire these hitmen. Favor? She's a glorified whore who even dishes it out freely on campus. In fact, she has been disturbing me for a relationship, but she's dumb and readily available for any man. She should count herself lucky to be passing my course. So no, it can't be her. Could it be Sewisi? No, she needs my help with a malpractice case, although I have been claiming to be too busy to indulge her. Maybe if I survive this night, I will grant her wish and tickle her sweet walls in return. Wait, what if it's... Mr. Man, take this phone. The killer with the gun thrusts the phone into my face, bringing me out of my reverie. I drop my hands, finally, and hold the phone. Static hums on the line. Whoever this madam is waiting for me to speak first. Hello? I try to sound confident, but my voice betrays me. I hate it that my body is still shivering. Hello, Professor Fast and Furious. Silence. The voice. I know that voice. It's no one I could ever forget. It had begged me to stop, to have mercy, to let her graduate, to do it for the growing fetus in her body. The voice had rang in my mind for a long time, even after I had accomplished my mission, even after she had graduated. The voice was so soft and melodious, like nothing I'd ever heard, and had me spiraling out in a tempestuous orgasm 10 minutes into the act. Only women who have had the privilege of gracing my bed know me by my nickname. I always warn them in advance that I may be old, but I'm fast and furious in the bedroom. None of them call me by this mnemonic, but Linda just did. Linda? Linda, please. Linda, please. I know I sound pathetic, even to my own ears. There's no getting out of this one. Oh, I'm so certain of it. Do you remember how much I begged you? Linda's voice booms into my ear. She doesn't wait for my answer. Of course I remember, vividly. However, I don't remember harboring any kind of remorse for her pleas, but instead, a deep sense of unabashed victory and ecstasy. The more she begged, the more I desired her. I heard from the grapevine that her husband was a marine officer and only came offshore a few weeks in a year, so I pursued her with almost no worries. I begged you to have mercy, even if you had no regard for my husband, on my unborn child. Linda continues. Her voice is breaking at the mention of her child. But you gave me a carryover, Professor Enejo. I have this sudden urge to piss my pants again. I press my knees together and try to suppress the fear creeping inside me. I'm sorry, Linda. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry. Maybe if I beg her some more, she'll be lenient with her revenge. I don't mind losing a finger, or a limb or two, so long as I don't die and nothing happens to my face and my penis. Linda ignores my pleas, just like I ignored hers 3 months ago. I reported to the HOD, to the dean, but none of them came to my rescue. You brainwashed them all. I remember how I had denied her accusations vehemently. Don't mind that girl. She's dumb. She's the one failing, and then she comes to my office to seduce me, saying that her husband is barely around. That was my defense, and as a highly respected professor in the department, it was my word against hers. And then you raped me! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Linda. I'm so sorry. It's all I can say, my body racking up in tremors. And because of that, I lost my baby. My body goes numb at this revelation. I remember how I had told her that her pregnancy would even make this sex sweeter. I didn't believe that she had taken in because it wasn't showing yet. Would I have still forced myself on her if she'd been heavily pregnant? Maybe. I don't know. And so I'm going to deny your wife of a husband and children of a father. I catch Linda saying. My head begins to shake from side to side involuntarily. No. Brought in hell, where you belong. Linda spits and the killer snatches the phone before I can plead some more. Linda gives him some instructions. He grunts and nods like she can see him. The phone goes back into his pocket and he cocks the gun. Ever so slowly, his hand with the gun shifts from my face, down my chest and stomach, and rests below my waist, on my most treasured body part. So this is where it all ends. When the killer's finger rests on the trigger, I fill my mind with the memories of all the women I have had and surrender to the sweet, blissful night air. If you made it this far, I'm sure you enjoyed this story. No two ways about it. Thank you so much for listening. We upload new episodes every 2 weeks, so please hit the follow and subscribe buttons so you do not miss out on our new content. LifeLore Podcast is available on Instagram and TikTok at LifeLore_podcast. Do follow us. Check the show notes for more information. What do you think about this story? What do you think about this villain? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. Did he deserve to die? Have you been in the shoes of any of the ladies before? Let me know. I want to hear from you. Eid Mubarak to all our beautiful Muslim listeners. We pray Almighty Allah accepts your fast and blesses you and your loved ones abundantly. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Debbie Doe Sajom signing out. Mwah.